Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. This is Inkin Latte with Keri Blake, and we are in episode 6 of Listen at Lunch, although right now it's more like demonstration at dinner. Friday's focus is simple stamping, and no doubt you already have the supplies that I'm going to show you at home that you can just pull out and join along, or I'm happy to provide you with a description of the items that I use in the video so that you can order from me and make your own projects. As I said, today is simple stamping, and let's just get right into it. I am going to show you how to make a super simple card with, like I said, the supplies that you might have in your possession right now. So let's get started. Of course, I'm going to use Stampin' Up's paper trimmer because it's wonderful. It has both the cutting blade and a scoring blade, so that it's a 2-in-1. I'm going to cut a sheet of Very Vanilla, which is 8.5 by 11. We're going to make 2 cards out of this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cardstock in, and I'm going to score at 5.5, which is the center, obviously, of the 11-inch side. I'm going to use this scoring tool, and I'm going to press down, back and forth, and that just put a score mark in the center of my cardstock. And then I'm going to flip it over on the long side, and I'm going to put it at 4 1/4. Okay, and then I'm going to take the, and I hope you can see this okay, I'm going to take the cutting blade, and I'm not going to push down, I'm just going to pull. Because when you push down, you put too much pressure on that blade that goes into the cutting mat, and it dulls your blade pretty fast. So just remember to just drag it and not push it too hard when you're pulling it, and you'll get more time out of your blade. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside right here because I'm going to come back to it. But this is a card. It's a top fold card. It's already got your score mark there in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder and just score it in half. And we are going to make 2 cards. I'm going to show you one's going to be super simple, and the next one's going to be stepped up just a little bit. Okay, so we're all done with our bone folder. These are our 2 cards. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a piece of scrap designer series paper. This particular package is Ornate Garden. It is going to be, it's a, what do I want to say? It's an exclusive pre-order item for you right now, but it is coming out in our annual catalog on June 3rd. You'll be able to buy this as well, but this is an exclusive pre-order item for you to get you excited. And I am very excited. On the back of this designer, it comes with 12 sheets of designer series paper. They are double-sided. You get 2 each of 6 different designs. And they have patterns on both sides. It comes in 12 by 12. And then it tells you on the back what coordinating color Stampin' Up sells that are going to match with this. And we have Bumblebee, which obviously is... if you know anything about Stampin' Up, Bumblebee is going to be a new in color because we've never heard of this before. So we know this is a new in color coming out in June as well. Early Espresso, Mint Macaron, Old Olive, Terracotta Tile, and Whisper White. Well, it just so happens I'm using Very Vanilla because I'm going to choose this strip of scrap paper because if you know me, I don't throw out my scraps. I save almost everything because it's going to come in handy, I know, just someday. So I thought there was a little vanilla in these flowers, and so I'm going with the vanilla cardstock for our card base. Okay, and this is just a scrap sheet of paper, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into 3 strips of 3 by 3 1/4. So let's see what we've got here. And again, this is the scoring tool, this is the cutting tool. So and putting it right there. And this is exactly 3 inches wide, so this is perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to cut it at 3 1/4 because that's how long I want our strips. 3 1/4, and then I want them 1 inch wide. So we're going to use this, so don't discard this scrap paper. You're going to see why. Okay, next I'm going to put it back to the 3, and I need 3 strips here, so I'm going down to the 2. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going down to the 1 inch mark, and I'm going to cut it. So now I have 3 strips of 1 inch by 3 1/4 inches long. Okay, and you see how they kind of go together, right? So you know me, I'm kind of matchy-matchy. So we're going to use these in the same order that I cut them. So they look like they're one piece separated, which is exactly what they are. Okay, so I can set this aside because this first card is super, super simple. You can use any kind of paper. You don't have to be matchy-matchy. You can mix them up. You can also, as you know, it's double-sided. So if you wanted to, you could flip it over. You could use 3 different pieces